Welcome to MidLIFE Matters, where we celebrate women's wisdom and wit. I'm Georgian Lussier, your host, and I'm delighted to introduce today's guest, Paula Pettinella, who started her singing career at age 60. Welcome, Paula.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
So happy to have you on the show. This is an exciting conversation we're going to have. Now, you sing oldies and country songs, and you
Yes.
always include Patsy Cline
Always
tunes.
include her, yes.
Tell us about some of the venues that you perform in.
I perform in restaurants. I've done nursing homes, senior centers, and boy, can they dance. We just did one 2 weeks ago. There were 300 people there. It was a Christmas party at the Crown Plaza, and they had a ball. They had a ball. It's really a lot of fun. And seeing them smile and getting excited, and it's a fun thing to do. The restaurants are terrific. The people enjoy it, dinner shows, and then they get up and start dancing, so it's great.
So in terms of audience response, you kind of get some immediate
I do,
energy from the
yeah.
group.
You can
right?
read the group that you're doing. If, like, when I start out with Patsy Cline while they're eating dinner, you don't want to start with a rock and roll or, oldies. And then as they start to move around and dancing in their seats, then you say, okay, now it's time to open it up. And that's
Yeah.
what we do.
Yeah, that's wonderful. So starting at age 60, this is just such a fascinating story.
It really is, yeah. I mean, I sang just first with records, then with my dad, and then in the car, and never thought that I'd actually be doing this now, especially at this age. But it's been a godsend, yeah.
Well, I heard you at the Shriners event that WPAA-TV's own Talking with Tom organized, and here in Wallingford. And you mentioned that you always start your performances with the Eddie Arnold song, Make the World Go Away. So tell us a little bit about that backstory.
My mother was a country singer with her sisters. She wasn't like an established singer, but they would go out every weekend and everybody knew them. There were 3 sisters, and they would go out and sing, and they would harmonize. And as kids, we would always be in the car with them, and in those days, everybody fit in the car. So we would all be singing the songs with them, and Eddie Arnold was her favorite. So when I finally saw the song and learned it, she was elated. And then when she passed away, I always open with that song. This way she's kind of always with me. So I
Nice.
try to do it for her, yeah.
A tribute, absolutely.
yeah.
Let's talk about how it came to be that you started singing later in life.
Yeah, well, I had gotten divorced. I was married 40 years, and I became divorced, and I lived with my youngest daughter. And her best friend loved to sing, too. So we'd always be singing in my living room when I was married before. And we all decided to start going out to karaoke just once a week, just for something to do. And then one day, I was with my husband at the time. I met him a couple of years later, and his cousin heard me. And he's Angelo Ruggerio. He's my mentor. And when he heard me, he said, I have to, who's that woman singing? And he said, that's my wife. And everything happened from there. He said, come and join me at my show. And he was so gracious, let me go to every show. For years, I was part of his show. And then he says, someday you're going to be on your own. You're just going to leave and be on your own. And he just gave me all the encouragement. And 2 years now I've been on my own. 26th of January will be 2 years since my first show.
Well, happy anniversary.
I know.
Somewhere
You
those-
have to live your dream. You have to be yourself. If you spend one day without a smile on your face, then that's the day you lost. And it's sad. You have to find something to be happy about. No matter how bad things get, you need to find something to be happy about in that day. So that's the main objective. Yeah, find something that you love or want to do and give it a shot.
Yes, thank you so much for being on the
Thank
show.
you. I appreciate it so much. I had a great time.
Absolutely.
Thank you.
And please tune in to hear other fascinating women on future segments of MidLIFE Matter. I'm Georgian, your host. Thanks again.
Tell me now, and I won't ask again. Will you still love me tomorrow? Will you still love me tomorrow? Will you still